Navigating the pandemic has been a challenge for most people. But for those suffering from compromised immune systems, the anxiety to protect themselves can be debilitating. To mark World AIDS Day, the Western Cape Health Department is offering booster shots to people with existing conditions such as HIV. Let me take you to ENCA's Lindsay Dentlinger, who is out in the Western Cape and following those developments, and joined by the MEC for Health in the Western Cape province. It's a big step, is it not, Lindsay? The whole issue of booster shots is currently being debated in the rest of the country, but it seems the Western Cape, other than, the public health workers who have been getting their second shot of the J&J vaccine, it looks now like the Western Cape Department of Health is taking this decision to say those who, are immunocompromised will be getting a booster shot.
That's exactly what they want to do to us. As you can see behind me, a hive of activity here in Belhar in Cape Town. It's not just to mark World AIDS Day, but to a holistic approach to people's health. People are getting HIV tests, they are being screened for HIV, they are receiving vaccinations. But to talk to that point that you've just made to us about booster shots for those who are immunocompromised, I'm joined by the MEC for Health here in this province, Noma French Mbombo. Minister, thank you for waiting with us. Obviously, a very topical issue to offer booster shots to those who are immunocompromised. Can you just take our viewers through how the Western Cape Health Department is planning to roll that out?
Actually, we have already done part of it because it needs a referral by the clinician, whether it's a professional nurse or whether it's a doctor. In the case now of HIV/AIDS, it's those who have got a CD count of less than 200, and they will have received their other jabs. So you'll have received your 1 dose for J&J or your 2 dose of the Pfizer, and also it should be at least there's a period I think of 28 to 30 days for those. Just to differentiate it from the normal, it's not a booster per se. It's about, because when you are immunosuppressed, it means that the vaccine in your body doesn't take longer than it is normally with others without immunosuppressed. So it's about to add more of those. There might be, we don't know yet, when now there are boosters for all others, there might be probably a reason that they might have another, which now could be a booster. But from today, all actually their hands on deck regarding that part of it.
Minister, just as we focus on World AIDS Day, there are a lot of concerns that over the past year, with all the focus being on the pandemic, that those who receive ARVs, others might be slipping through the system and not being screened and tested. To mark this day today, what is your health department's response to how you pick up those who have slipped between the gap, how you might convince those to get a vaccine if they're hesitant, they already take ARVs? What's your department's focus in this regard?
Luckily, on the first 90, which is the international strategy, is a 90-90-90, the 90% of the population is supposed to know HIV status. That part, people still go for testing. We are still 90 and above. And also remember, there's also self-testing kits now. The second 90, which is about the 90% of the population who's supposed to be initiating and taking the ARVs, that's where we've got the challenges, because it's still about 60%, and it dropped actually quite tremendously during even the last year, because it was the time, even for those who already initiated on treatment, they were unable to come to the hospitals or to the clinics, and some of them to fetch their medication. And then the other 90 is about the viral suppression, 90%. We are fine with that part. Now, with this part of this, it's about how do we ensure those who already on ARVs, they could be able to access. Hence the dissemination of these packages of the medication, not only for ARTs, but for all the chronic medication to be dropped off at their doorstep. And then the other part is about, recently we launched the locker system, where people can be able, even if it's closed, even Sunday in some of the clinics outside, like the old post office, where they could be able to, using their PIN they will have received, they get their medication, which already prepared the local system. And also you might have seen in some other malls, you will see a trailer there that is standing there for medication. So some people could be able to collect those. The other challenge that I also need to highlight is about some people feel that they will have wanted, they might have actually paused the treatment, or they might be dropped out, but now they want to come back. but they are so scared about the attitude that they'll receive from the healthcare workers, because in some instances you'll find that we can be as much as rude and also to be stigmatized. So they are not sure. So that's why we have got the Welcome Back campaign across, for example, in the metro, where people can be welcomed and also to be able to be fast-tracked and also to reduce the red tape and the bottleneck. Like when you say, I'm Lerato to the receptionist, you don't have to say, go sit there and whatever. Immediately, you can be able to jump the queue and then be sent there so that you can be able to start again. In the rural areas, we know that there's a seasonal farming where people might come from one area like a Worcester and probably going to, let's say, in Cedarburg, and then they ended up not being able to fetch their treatment. But with a unique patient identifier as part of the technology that we have, you can just go in anywhere. You say that, I'm Noma French Mbobo, this is my ID number, and then you can be able to continue.
Thank you very much, Minister. We've run out of time. That is Minister Noma French Mbombo. As you heard there, Thulas, the real focus is getting those who might have slipped through the system during this pandemic to stay on their ARVs, to get an additional vaccine shot so that they can, protect their immune system and reduce their risk of contracting COVID-19.
Yeah, absolutely. Always an important message, Lindsay, that we don't get defocused on other health concerns while we rightly, focus on responding to COVID-19.